Hi!
Welcome back to Room for the Ride. I'm Yukina.
And I'm Bisa. And today, we're gonna talk about my experience studying abroad in Japan. And this means going, I don't know, for everyone who wants to study abroad, the reason is usually because you want to experience a culture that you've never been familiar with, or a culture that you've heard before, but you want to see for yourself how it's like, right? So that was the same for me. I may have some Japanese roots, or some familiarity with Japanese people, or have met Yuki in New York. But to me, experiencing Japan individually as a culture was the first time. So I think, thankfully, I got the opportunity during my school, and I took it. And today, I would like to talk about some of the things that I noticed. It could be, it's not necessarily, like the things that, I probably shouldn't have done. And the things that I would recommend. Things I wouldn't recommend and things I would recommend based on the culture and understanding how people or the country works as a whole. Let me know. Let me know if you have done any of these before. Yeah. But right now we have the Japanese expert, Yuki here. I don't know. I'm going to give some of these comments. I wonder what she's going to say about it, or like her perspective on how I thought about these things. Okay. So we're starting off. The very first one that I noticed pretty early on was on my way to school with some of my foreigner friends from the dorms. So in New York, we are always hustling. We're always kind of rushing, which means in order not to be late, you kind of do a lot of things while you get out of the house. And to me, that included eating breakfast on the subway. So like I'm trying to go to work or school. There's no time. Like there's no way I'm already late. I gotta hurry up. So I go and I start, and then I sit down, I relax on the subway, and I'm like, okay. And I pull out my food or my sandwich and I eat it. So I realized on the first day, on the way to school, I pulled out my sandwich, my convenience sandwich, and I ate in the bus. It was a bus. And it wasn't even in the city bus. It was like the town. And I found out really quickly, because one of the kind, strict Japanese mom turned around and told me, you can't do that. I was shocked. I was like, eh? What? My first impression was that, we're talking too loudly. So I thought, oh shit, maybe we're too loud. Sorry, like it's early morning, right? But then she pointed out the sandwich. I was like, you can't eat that on the bus. And I was like, oh shit, sorry. Whoa. I don't know. What do you think? That was the first time I learned about the rules of no eating on the bus.
It's very funny. I can imagine. でも確かに yeah, right. I think almost it depends on the region or the city, town, but almost all buses like we are prohibited to eat in the bus.
Whoa. Can I ask what the rule is? I could guess, but is there a reason why it came about?
I think it's public, so it makes like smell, noise, and it's gonna be dirty. So that's why.
Got you.
I guess.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Actually, that's one of the reasons why Japan is known to be a very clean country. So apparently, the reason why it works is because people actually follow these rules. And thanks to that lady, it was on the first day, so I didn't do that mistake continuously. So I'm kind of like grateful to her for telling me straight away, like because people could look at me side eye and be like, "This guy could cheat." But
like
she told me, yes.
A scene from my manga.
Anyway, thanks to that lady, I found out and I stopped. Okay, it's like, whew. Good. Next one. Second one, it kind of connects to what was part of it. I think at that time, what was worse was me eating the bus. But I think what connects to it was number 2, talking too loudly on the bus or the train. So I feel like that definitely disturbed her morning. I don't know. Now thinking back now and getting used to Japanese culture, we were too loud. No one was talking. I do hear people talk on the train, but I think there was a limit to how loud you should talk. I don't know. You should control. Is that true?
Yeah, we should not talk.
Oh, should not. Okay.
Or like just very like whisper.
Whisper.
Especially in the morning or crowded train or bus.
This is the word where meiwaku comes in, right? Meiwaku kakenai yoni. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're trying to be considerate of the person. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So another thing I learned was to be considerate of people who are going to work in the morning, or even at nighttime coming back home. Try to not be too loud. Is what I learned. let's see. Now this one, it wasn't something that you're not supposed to do, but it was an interesting perspective of seeing a fellow Japanese student. So in the States, the subway, I know Japan is very packed in the subway and the trains, right? So the trains in New York, they can get really packed, but not as much as Japan. But everyone wants to fight for the seat because everyone's tired after work, right? It's like you want to sit right away. And of course, we also have the same rule of like, if someone older or someone within the frame of you should give your seat, a pregnant lady, like those examples, you should probably give your seat to them. Hopefully people are following that. Anyway, so, but usually people sit on the train right away. And when that person comes in, they get up. So they will even sit on the seats for them. And which kind of works. I thought that was so normal. But I met a friend, and her opinion was she wouldn't even sit on the train, on the seat at all. She would choose to stand the whole time, even if it's open. Because she doesn't want to, I think she didn't say kimazui, but I think that was the feeling where she wanted to just stay. I could stand anyway, even though the ride is wrong, I could stand. And when they come, they could just sit. So I thought that was a very interesting choice, like to already prepare beforehand and have the mindset. I don't know. What would you?
I think it just depends on the person, but what I felt in New York was even though they had like priority seats.
Yeah. Yes.
But
right.
I didn't think it was necessary in New York because people just give away their seats anyway.
Oh.
But in Japan, they do give their seat to those who in need, but not as much as New York.
Really?
We still hesitate to
Got you.
offer. So I think in Japan, it's very helpful for the people in need to have priority seat already.
I see. Okay.
Your friend's choice was unique to me too. But なんかそれも
I see.
ありと思う. Like for me, I would sleep in the train if I sit.
Yeah.
So I sometimes decide not to sit in priority seats because if someone comes to in front of me, but if I sleep, it would be so.
You wouldn't notice. Okay. Okay. Got you. Thanks. That was a very interesting scene. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'll go to the next one is number four. So in Japan, you're gonna meet a lot of people, and if you decide to speak to a lot of Japanese people, in conversations, everyone is gonna ask "Shushin doko?" because that is a normal question in Japan. Like that's what they ask each other, and it's part of their culture. They're all here. But I realized, at least for me, coming from different part of the world and growing up somewhere else, like where do you come from? It's very different. Like the meaning is very different over here in Japan. So I personally, my advice would be have your Shushin story ready. Where did you grow up? Is that your Shushin? Okay, then choose that. Or where were you born? Is that your Shushin? Choose that. I don't know, but either way, be ready to have that ready, or else everyone's gonna ask. So every time you be like, what is my? Any opinions on that?
Yeah, it's very interesting. You made me realize it. Like Japanese people, always ask where you are, where we are from. でも in other countries, it's not very common that to ask you like at first like what's your name? Where are you from? なんかそんな感じじゃない？日本やったら。
You know, when you say it that way, then I realized that maybe in the past we used to do that too. Probably a lot.
Oh, really?
I think the older generation, because if everyone's so different, they'll be like, "Oh, where are you from?" Then they will ask like New York City, New Jersey, Montana. But I don't know. Usually it's questions of where do you live, not where you from.
確かに。Where do you live? とかの方が。
Interesting. Okay. Very cultural. That was very interesting culturally. Okay. Let me see. My last, I don't know if this is advice, but this is very important, guys. Something that I messed up on was if you study abroad, make sure you handle your finances properly. It doesn't matter if you are doing a part-time and you're making money, It doesn't matter if you're on a scholarship and you earn money on a scheduled basis. Sometimes something could go wrong. And it's good to use your money to experience the culture because that's the point of being there, right? But don't be like me and mess up and be living on... I would not say. Anyway, please budget your finances ahead of time. Yeah. Have a backup savings just in case. The only reason why I made it out was because I had friends that were like, oh my gosh, all right, here you go. And then I didn't realize the importance of, like, I don't know, using, handling money or making your friends help you in that way. Of course, it is very nice, but I wouldn't advise it. Usually everyone else has to deal with their own finances. And if you're in that situation, it was very nice of them. But just like the word I used before, this time you are meiwaku on your friends. And if possible, try to avoid that. Try to budget the money more. I don't know if you have...
realistic. Good.
This was the most important for me. Okay.
What did you spend the most?
The most...
when you were in Japan?
This will connect to my other points of the things I think I did well. Was I spent a lot on... So I was in Japan for 6 months. And I think all I was thinking was, whoa, I don't know when I'm ever going to come back. So I was like, I'm going to see everything in Japan. So I think I was, I don't know if I should say. Okay. But I tried a lot of exploration. Going to places that people will mention, this is Japan. And then trying to, some of the foods might be expensive, but then, I don't know, the mindset was, when would I get to experience it again? So it's like making sure I eat the food. And even if I don't know what it is. And then, depending on who you go with, they all have different suggestions. So you want to try everything to be like, which one do you like? So it was a lot of it was on the experience, a lot of experience. So when I'm going out with people, I'm like, I'm going to see it. Let's go. Which means traveling budget. It connects to traveling budget. But that was the most dangerous part.
Okay, thank you.
Let's see. Oh, now to the good side. The things that I would recommend are, I was in college, daigaku. So it was sakuru. As much as possible. Please join as much sakurus as possible. And I'm saying that in a sense of, after you decide, you have to go to them properly, of course. But in the beginning, I didn't know this, but in Japan, there's a day or a few days where all the sakurus are gathered in a spot. And they try to advertise, to you about what they do. I think I would say take advantage of that. Listen to, at least the ones, let's see. Before you go on this day, you might get a pamphlet on the number of sakurus in the school.
It's true.
And I think what helps a lot is, before you go to the gathering, go through the whole list and check the ones you're interested in. Or else you'll be overwhelmed. Now, without hesitating, check every single one. When you go and meet every single one of them. I would recommend that. And then when you meet them in person, so first of all, you have a list that you already like. Now, when you meet in person, you can like squeeze it even more and be like, okay, so these are the ones that I really want to see. Like they have, I like the leaders, I like the vibe. They seem really fun. They seem open to foreigners. I think that's so important. Sometimes some clubs will be a little uncomfortable. That's okay. I think that's normal because everyone has their own experience. They're not used to it. But at least so when you talk to them in person, you kind of get that vibe. Those who are open, who are not. And sometimes you even have clubs who are open to it, but later on they're like, okay, maybe not. That's okay. It's okay, guys. I think that's all part of experience, which is why having a lot of lists to experiment helps a lot. That does happen. What do you think about that idea?
Yeah. Otherwise, for me, some people were traveling because they bothered me a lot because I only have few circles that I was interested in, but they kind of try to get 新入生 anyways like 何々興味ありますかいやないですあでも来て
Oh my god
I don't wanna
so
it's very important to have a list beforehand.
Okay. But that's kind of funny. It means if you don't have the list, you would get whirlpooled into someone else's nagare. I see. It feels like a marketing strategy. It's like a business.
Yeah,
okay.
Thank you.
They're very serious about it, but which is why it's a good chance. It means they're open to you trying. Some of them, okay. Let's see. Which just connects to my second point, which means if you're on study abroad, as much as possible. I know some people are nervous or introverted, but if possible, talk to as many people as you can, or as many people that are open to talking with you. If having a friend to go with might be helpful if you are a little comfortable, but I think you never know that someone might be interested in talking to you unless you give it a try. Because some people, even foreigners, not just the Japanese people, are also nervous about reaching out. So when you try making the first step, you'll be very, very surprised at who is very, very interested in forming a relationship. So I would recommend talking to as much people as possible. It makes it easier if you go to the events that they usually put a lot of work to set up. I'm guessing, right? Because if you're on study abroad, there's probably a program that are kind of open to you. Okay.
Yes.
I
strongly agree. Yes.
Very simple. Oh, a little fun fact was Yuki was also part of the circle that kind of made, or she used to be part of the circle that kind of made a program for the foreigners to be comfortable in adjusting to Japan. So that was also kind of cool. Whoa. Okay. And my last point. If you go to these hangouts or these circles, it means being invited to many things by these people. By the foreigners, by your circle people, by the people in the Kokusai Bunka group. And I would say if you are free and if you can do it as much as possible, try to go to all of them. Of course, yeah, if you have your own personal limits on things you don't want to do, that's okay. That's definitely okay. But the things that you're wondering, is it worth it? I would say try it first.
Yeah.
Like, you go first, and then if you don't like it, don't go again. It's okay. But usually, you form a lot of valuable relationships at the places that you never expect. I don't know. So I would say try it. Okay.
Yeah. True.
I feel like that fits Yuki a lot. Is that what he did? I wonder.
Sorry?
Does that connect to? I feel like that was the mindset you had in New York when you came to study abroad.
Yeah. Like in New York and in Japan, both, I felt the same. Like even in Japan, I was trying to join like Joe's events as much as possible if I am interested in it. Like you just said.
Got you.
And sometimes I felt like if I should I go or not. But when I go there, I met people and we happened to be like a very good friend, or I experienced something that I didn't expect. だから、it's just not about study abroad, but like in life, generally.
That is a good point. Oh my gosh.
So,
yeah, いいポイントやな. Yeah, that's so true. But yeah, you don't have to wait to study abroad to try this, I guess. Whoa. I don't know. I didn't even think about that. Whoa. Okay. So that's a recommendation in life in general. Please go at your own pace. You don't have to force yourself.
Yes.
But if you do, surprise, something might be there. That's it. That's all I have for today. Let me know, for those who study abroad, what was your experience? Was it something that you would recommend not doing? Something that you would recommend doing? And for any Japanese people that met foreigners that came or went abroad themselves, how was it like? How was your own experience with these kinds of things? Thank you for tuning in, and see you next time.
See you.